Tessa and Hardin are back in a whirlwind romance, but this time a dark secret threatens to rip them apart. A shocking truth from Hardin's past emerges, casting doubt on everything they thought they knew. As Tessa fights for her dream career, she's forced to confront her own desires. Will their love survive this explosive revelation, or will they be consumed by the flames of the past? Let's dive in to find out. Before we begin, a sub to the channel will be much appreciated. A month after breaking up with Tessa, Hardin rudely brushes off a homeless man who approaches him with a question. Meanwhile, Tessa starts an internship at an advanced publishing company. On her first day, she gets nervous and curses at a man in the elevator. The man, Trevor, happens to work there too. Kimberly, the boss's secretary, welcomes Tessa and shows her around the messy intern office. She mentions that most interns don't last long, but she has a feeling Tessa will. Tessa works late into the night and falls asleep at her desk. The next morning, her boss, Vance, discovers her there and is impressed to find out she read and reviewed 3 books overnight. He unexpectedly takes her along to a publishing conference without giving her time to prepare. In the van, Trevor advises Tessa to come to work freshly showered and dressed every day. At the hotel for the conference, Vance arranges a room for Tessa and sends her shopping with Kimberly to prepare for the evening party. During their conversation, Kimberly admits to having a more personal relationship with Vance ever since his wife passed away. Tessa is surprised by how eventful her first day has been, and Kimberly mentions that Hardin spoke highly of her. Meanwhile, Hardin attends a party at his friend's insistence. Molly tries to flirt with him, but he rebuffs her and leaves after receiving a drunken call from Tessa. On the call, Tessa expresses frustration that she hasn't been able to find Hardin and that he hasn't reached out to her. Hardin claims he has messaged her frequently, but she never responded. Tessa then goes to a hotel room with Trevor where she accidentally spills wine on his clothes. She offers to wash them to prevent staining. Hardin uses her location to find the hotel, and when he enters the room, he finds Trevor shirtless and throws him out. Tessa becomes angry, feeling that Hardin assumes every guy is hitting on her, but Hardin doesn't understand. In her drunken state, Tessa makes advances towards Hardin and they end up sleeping together. In the morning, Kimberly calls Tessa and asks her to get ready in 5 minutes. When Hardin wakes up, Tessa tells him she was drunk and their night together didn't mean anything. During their argument, Tessa accidentally admits to kissing someone else, which infuriates Hardin. He retaliates by claiming he slept with Molly too. Tessa leaves to meet her team downstairs and apologizes to Trevor for the previous night. Trevor says he would have reacted similarly to Hardin. Tessa learns that Hardin previously worked at Vance Publishing in the same role she has now, which is how he and Trevor know each other. Vance commends the team because Mr. Jang has agreed to a significant investment. Meanwhile, Hardin seeks advice from his stepbrother, who also believes Hardin made a mistake. One day at the office, Trevor surprises Tessa by wishing her happy holidays and an early birthday. He shows her a cost analysis, revealing it would be cheaper for her to buy a car than continue using ride shares. Tessa happily hugs him and later purchases the recommended car. At their apartment, Tessa finds a birthday gift from Hardin. Suddenly, Hardin arrives with his mother, who is thrilled, mistakenly thinking they are still together. In private, Hardin explains he couldn't tell his mom about their breakup and asks Tessa to pretend temporarily for her birthday. His mom convinces Tessa to stay over and they talk late into the night. She shows Tessa Hardin's childhood photo and they reconcile in their room. The next morning, Tessa visits her mom and runs into her ex, Noah, who came hoping to see her. Noah accidentally mentions her father, although Tessa knows nothing about him. During a call from Tessa's mom, Tessa overhears that her dad tried visiting, but her mom rejected him. Furious, Tessa returns to Hardin at night. She learns about Hardin's childhood trauma, witnessing his mom's assault over his dad's debts. Hardin's mom reveals he sought therapy but later self-medicated with alcohol. His nightmares ended when he started dating Tessa, who makes him happy. When Hardin wakes up, he gives Tessa another gift, explaining that he wanted to see her reaction. This time, he tells her the gift represents her perfect day where she can choose anything she wants and he will go along without complaint. They spend the day together, attending yoga classes before heading home to take a shower. While they're showering, Tessa receives a call from Kimberly, who informs her that Vance is sick and asks if they could watch her son. They agree and enjoy their time with the boy. When Kimberly returns, she thanks them and tells Hardin that Tessa brings out the best in him. Later at the office, Hardin gives Tessa an early Christmas present and asks for a second chance in their relationship, which she accepts. Trish, Hardin's mother, receives a call from Hardin's estranged father, who invites them to a Christmas party. She agrees, and they attend the party. At the party, it's difficult for Hardin to see his father, who appears to be socializing normally with friends, angering Hardin. After getting drunk, Hardin confronts his father about leaving them when they needed him the most. His father admits his guilt but says it's been so long he assumed they moved on. Furious, Hardin hits his father. Trish storms off, saying she chose to forgive her ex-husband and move on, and Hardin's resentment will only drag him down and hurt Tessa too. When they return home, Tessa goes for a walk while Hardin takes out his anger on a lamp. The next day at work, Tessa tells Trevor about her argument with Hardin's father over lunch. Trevor shares that his sister struggled with addiction and he doesn't think Tessa's relationship with Hardin will end well. Tessa disagrees. Trevor also mentions he's transferring to their Seattle office. While Hardin wants to go to a frat party, he doesn't want to leave Tessa alone. Tessa decides to join Hardin at the party. At the party, a drunk Tessa challenges Molly to truth or dare after Molly mocks their relationship. Tessa attacks Molly and they fight, with Tessa gaining the upper hand until Hardin intervenes. After being intimate, Tessa goes to the bathroom and Hardin sees a text on her phone suggesting she and Trevor will enjoy Seattle. Thinking Tessa cheated, Hardin storms off. Tessa follows. Upon coming down the stairs, she sees Hardin telling a girl to keep a secret, thinking Hardin has cheated on her and kisses someone else to anger him. They argue, with Hardin insisting he's done nothing wrong before going home separately. Tessa messages an apology, but Hardin's phone is off. After charging his phone and calling Tessa, he discovers she's been in a car accident. Trevor answers Tessa's phone and suggests Hardin leave her alone. Hardin blames himself for the accident and avoids Tessa, but his mother persuades Tessa that he should follow his heart. At a farewell party for Vance at Tessa's office, Vance proposes to Kimberly. Trevor confesses to Tessa about his conversation with Hardin, hinting he has more to tell her when he returns shortly. As Trevor departs, Tessa spots Hardin upstairs. Despite some arguing, Tessa agrees to date Hardin again. Later, they encounter a homeless man who turns out to be Tessa's estranged father. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want similar content.